You are now tuned into Kari's Crib. Kari's Crib. Kari's Crib. Kari's Crib.
What's good in 10 pretty people? Tuesday evening, my name is Khary, this is my crib, and I invite you into my home for another evening of the dopest live stream that's something like a podcast, something like a newscast, and something like a showcase. We're gonna have a good time tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got some interesting topics we're gonna be going over. We got a topic that we're gonna be getting into. Where do we go to next? You know, the election's pretty much over for the most part. Well, if you're a Democrat, you believe it's over. If you're a Republican, you don't. Or some Republicans, not all, some. But we're gonna have a good time. We don't have no guest this evening, but I think we have one lined up for Friday. I think we do. I'm chilling. My day has been going good. I hope your week has started off good. I'm having a good time right now. I got my my drink as usual, but you know what? It's not my usual drink. You know, it's vodka. But it's not my normal vodka. You know, I'm not a big alcohol drinker like that. So I said, you know what? I wonder if I can tell the difference between cheap vodka and not so cheap vodka. So tonight I bought a small bottle of some cheap vodka. I got some cheap vodka. This is that New Amsterdam shit. I said, you know what? I want to see if I could tell the difference. I'm not a big alcohol drinker. I'm more like I guess I'm more like a wino drinker, Just give me any type of alcohol and I'll drink that nasty shit. I think alcohol is nasty. Don't ask me why I drink it, but I do. You know, I drink vodka because it doesn't make me get too crazy. Rum kind of makes me a little wild, you know. Dark liquor makes me a little more promiscuous, you know? I think the vodka kind of just makes me a little more chill. Wine makes me sleepy. Wine makes me want to go to sleep. You know, I'll drink a bottle of wine and ready to go to sleep and shit. Though that's probably my problem. I'm probably drinking bottles of wine when I probably should be having glasses. Maybe. Okay, yeah. Maybe I'm overdoing a little bit. But yeah, I tried something new, something different. I can't tell the difference right now. Right now, I can't tell the difference. Is the point where you tell the difference when you're too fucked up? Is when you're too messed up? Is that when you can really tell the difference? Because right now with the taste, smoothness, it seems the same to me. Vodka seems like vodka. I really can't tell the difference. But you know, that's what I'm sipping on tonight. And I have my smoke as usual as well. And tonight, I think this is some sour diesel. I think I'm still puffing on some of the sour diesel, you know, and I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I hope everybody's Tuesday going good. It's Titty Tuesday or is it Taco Tuesday? I prefer titties over taco, so it's Titty Tuesday. How's all my house guests doing over here in the chat this evening? I hope you're feeling good. So Khary says if I'm trying to compare vodkas, I got to drink it straight. So it's just like take shots and shit. So I should probably take a shot of this one. But if I'm comparing, I should probably have them both at the same time, Is that necessary? Will I remember? Like, this one isn't as sharp as the one I had last week. I don't know. But we're in November. You know, the holidays is just about upon us. Thanksgiving's coming up. After that's going to be Christmas, New Year's, and then we into 2021, baby. You know, but I was thinking today, I was like, you know what? Christmas is coming up. What should I buy myself for Christmas? You know, I was thinking about what's going to be my gift to me. And I wasn't sure whether, well, let me tell you a couple of things. I was thinking about getting either a new tattoo, right? I was thinking about getting a new tattoo. I was thinking about getting some gold fronts. You know, I wanted to get some gold fronts. Or I was thinking about, you know, maybe I just get me a chain. But then I was looking at the prices, and I was like, wow, it's been a long time since I bought a gold chain, because the prices are a lot different than I remember. Inflation is a motherfucker. Them gold prices. I remember being able to buy a nice size chain back in the days for a couple $100, and I had a nice chain. Now, like little thin tiny shits was like motherfucking $600-700. I'm like, damn, for that little tiny shit. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. But I have started seeing decorations in the store and shit. In stores, I have started seeing that, and I'm not ready for Christmas decorations. One of my neighbors already has their Christmas tree up and shit like that, and I'm not ready for all of that yet. Though I think I am gonna get a Christmas tree this year and actually put it right behind me over here. I think I'm gonna put one up. Last year I didn't put a Christmas tree up, so for my Christmas tree last year, all I did was pull up a Christmas tree video that was on YouTube, and I had it on my TV. And then I put the gifts underneath the TV that's hanging up on the wall. So my Christmas tree was a video off of YouTube, and I had the gifts underneath that. Khary said, what happened to the chain I had back in the days when I had my Renault? I was in North Carolina back in the days. I went to college and shit like that. And I actually ended up pawning that chain because I needed bail money. Yeah. So I ended up pawning that chain back in the days because I needed bail money. I had this nice little 30-inch Cuban chain with the nice medallion on that shit. But yeah, that was back in the days. That was probably like 96 or some shit like that, But Mimi was feeling a little under the weather earlier. She might join, I'm not sure. But I'm gonna get ready to get into it, But actually, what? Before I get into it, I was going through my Facebook today. I'm not sure what their algorithm has for me, but they showed me a ad today for this app. The name of the app was called Donut, right? It was a dating app. And the tagline of the app said, nail and bail. Nail and bail. That was the tagline for the app. I didn't sign up. I said, this shit is crazy. I'm not sure this is actually real people on there. I think this would be like bots and shit like that. But I'm curious, would people actually use an app like that? Like, this is a app to nail and bail. Are you going to use it? I know men will probably check it out pretty quickly. What about women? I'm not sure how fast women would check out an app like that. Khary said I got on my MJ leather, red Michael Jackson Thriller leather. Kind of like I ain't got no zippers in it though. There ain't no zippers up here. It's kind of just a relaxed jacket. It's kind of a relaxed jacket. I got my jacket on in here, but I got the AC on. This is Florida. I got the AC on. It's nice and chilly in here. You know what I'm saying? Nice and chilly in here. So I'm curious. How many people would actually use Donut to nail and bail? Man, I'm probably pretty sure y'all gonna jump on it quick. Though, when I did actually pull up the app page, I saw the comments were not all that high. Some people saying everything's behind a paywall. There's no trial. It's like $150. I don't know. This is just me reading the reviews on it. I didn't actually go in and do shit. I was just reading the reviews. Lighten up this sour diesel. But it's official, or almost official. It's not official. If you ask the Republicans, it's not official. It ain't over, and things will change. But it's official. I say it's official. I called it probably the day after the election actually happened. I said, hey, I actually tweeted Joe Biden and said, welcome back to the White House, Joe Biden. Have a good time. You know, I don't think I put I have a good time. I should have put that though. But yeah, I welcomed him back a couple of days prior to the media declaring this winner of the election. And yeah, we have a new president. They announced it on Saturday. The news and stuff pretty much said they called it because the numbers for Pennsylvania pretty much took him over the top. Now he's at like 290 or some shit like that, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That's Joe Biden to become president of the United States. But the Trump administration and all their bullshit is doing a whole bunch of things, trying to they're filing lawsuits which are being rejected, and Republicans aren't pretty too happy with it. You know, but there was a lot of celebration over the weekend. A lot of celebration was going on. A little more than I expected, you know. Everybody was kind of happy and cheering like their brother won the presidency and shit like that. I ain't mad at y'all. It was just a little overboard for me and everybody out on the streets, you know. Though I did play Nipsey and YG, fuck Donald Trump, you know. Hey, fuck Donald Trump. What? I've been playing that shit for the last 4 years since that shit came out. I actually drove to a Trump rally one time playing it back in 2016 when he was running for president. They had a Trump rally out here in Tampa. And I said, you know what? I'm going downtown. I'm playing this YG, Nipsey Hussle, fuck Donald Trump shit all through they shit, you know? But I did make sure I didn't have anything dirty in the car in case motherfucking police wanted to fuck with me. No, they didn't. They didn't. You know, but that song got played a whole lot over the weekend to the point where it became number one on Apple and I think a couple of other platforms as well. It became the number one song on Apple because of the Trump win over the weekend. And I ain't mad at y'all. I ain't mad at y'all playing it because I was playing it. You know, I opened up my balcony door. I turned my volume up and my neighbors knew I was blasting some fuck Donald Trump, you know? I jumped in my car that day. I said, you know, I need to go to the store. But before I pull off, roll these windows down. Let me cue up this song. Fuck Donald Trump, you know? So I was blasting that. And I'm glad that they were able to get that song to number one with everybody playing that shit and blasting it this weekend. You know, props to all of y'all. I know y'all was enjoying it. I know y'all was happy with it. You know, did any of y'all see SNL this weekend? Saturday Night Live with Dave Chapelle. I think the last time he hosted the Saturday Night Live was actually the last election after the election. So they brought him back for another one. And it started late. There was a fucking football game on. And when I turned the TV on at 11:30, the fucking news was on. 11:45, the news was still fucking on. 12 o'clock, the news was still motherfucking. I'm like, what is going on? Turns out there was a football game that went into overtime that caused it to come on late where I was out here in Tampa and shit. So I didn't get to start watching it till about almost 12:15, 12:20. But when it came on, I was laughing my ass off, man. Yeah, Dave is a funny dude. I actually posted something on my Facebook the next day. I was like, you know what? Dave Chapelle says shit that if I was to say it, Facebook would block me. You know? Facebook would block me. They'd be like, motherfucker, you in Facebook jail. You can't say that shit. You can't talk about white people like that. You know? And actually I'm over here reading chats and shit and lighting this. But yeah, it would say, yo, you can't say this about white people. But Dave Chappelle said that shit. The shit that he said, at first I was like, yo, this dude is, I was like, yo, I had to applaud. I had to sit here and clap. You know? I had to give it up for Dave. He has some good skits. You know, he has some good jokes. And the thing I like about his jokes, it's like, they're all true. You know? He doesn't really like the punchline is usually some true shit. And that's what makes it funny because it was right there in your face. And you're like, you know what? I never thought of that. But you know what? You're motherfucking right. You know? His joke about the Rona, you know, keeping all these murderous white people locked up in their house type shit. Yo, that you gotta be a special kind of comedian to say that joke in front of an audience of white people and get motherfucking laughs. Dave Chapelle is a comedic genius. I don't care. He had, and I can tell actually each skit that he came up with too during that episode, like that Uncle Ben skit. If you haven't seen it, there was some funny skits on it. He had, y'all remember Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben? They wanted to get rid of them and shit like that, but he got it like they was getting laid off. It was fucking hilarious. And then they brought in what was Allstate guy. Yeah, I have a name. I love how they did the voice on this shit. You know, kind of how they kind of made the voice like they made Dave's voice deeper because you know dude got that deep voice and shit. You know, but it was a funny ass skit. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check out the SNL. I think it's on YouTube. I think they actually have all of those skits from Saturday night on YouTube, so definitely go check them out if you haven't seen it. And I hope I'm not spoiling anything for you because you should have watched it on Saturday night live when they recorded it, you know. But I enjoyed it. They had the Uncle Ben skit. But you know what? You know what really shocked me though? The opening. The opening where they had Kamala doing the opening. Or they had the woman dressed up as Kamala. But what impressed me was they had the same fucking suit. She had the same suit on that Kamala wore that evening. So I'm like, the Kamala team hit up SNL like, yo, y'all gonna be showing her this the suit she gonna be wearing, so make sure that shit match, motherfucker. I'm not sure. I'm curious. But I found that kind of interesting how that kind of matched up and shit like that. I was like, damn, y'all motherfuckers on point like that? Well, shit. I ain't mad at you. You know? But also over the weekend, you know what? Let's I'm gonna move on. And to move on, let's give a quick moment of silence for the legend, Alex Trebek. Rest in peace to Alex Trebek. We all know the man, the legend, the host of Jeopardy. He passed away over the weekend of pancreatic cancer. He was about 80 years old, I believe. You know? And yeah, he was battling pancreatic cancer for a little while. And unfortunately, he lost his battle and he passed away over the weekend. You know, and he's been doing his thing with Jeopardy for years, you know, and he's always done it with such class. I don't ever recall a time where he kind of lost his composure or anything like that. You know, there hasn't really been too much shit going on with that man over the years, but in regards of bullshit, you know, that's what I mean. There hasn't been too much shit going on with him over the years in regards of bullshit. You don't really hear a whole lot about Alex Trebek and bullshit. That man always seemed to have good character. You know, always seemed to be pretty good guy on the show and shit like that. I never really seen him outside the show, but just seeing how he did on the show, kind of like it's a good inspiration for like hosting shit, which I'm hosting shit now, right? So shout out to Alex Trebek, rest in peace. I actually posted a video on my Instagram of one of my favorite one of my favorite Jeopardy moments that I actually found on YouTube. But I posted it on my Instagram. It's when the question was what was the question? It was something about an immoral pleasure giver. And what's a garden tool and a immoral pleasure giver or something like that? And the guy said, "What is a hoe?" And Alex Trebek was like, "Whoa. said, what are they teaching you over there in the Mormon schools? The answer was actually a rake. I thought it was a hoe. I thought the answer was hoe as well. You know, I was like, ooh, whoever wrote this, it was kind of spicy. You know, but I thought it was a hoe. It wasn't a hoe. It was a rake. But I always laugh when I see that. And I think the reason why I always thought it was a hoe was because I watched House Party back in the day, and there was that part where Kid and Dude got into a fight, and they got called to the principal's office, and he was like, well, he called my mom a hoe, and I don't play that. And then the principal was like, well, why did you call his mother a garden tool? And then, you know, and so I've always had in my head, ever since I saw that, a hoe was also a garden tool. Which, according to Jeopardy, it is not. It is not. But that, yes, that was one of my favorite scenes from Jeopardy. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. Let's see what we got going over here in the chat and shit. I see some people were agreeing with me here with SNL. You know that y'all like Dave's sketch and shit like that. Yeah, Dave did kill it. What's that? Let's see. Kai said, I can't wait for the footage of him being dragged out on January 20th. You think he's going to be dragged out? Because he refuses to concede. I think he might get dragged out. Yeah, that guy is Trump. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that guy. One more thing I want to go over real quick. I had a show back in the day that I used to watch, Prison Break. And have any of y'all watched Prison Break? Y'all remember that show back in the days? It came out in like 05. You know, it involved some guys got locked up. A dude's brother got locked up, so he caused himself to get locked up so he can break his brother out and shit like that. Had all these tattoos all over his body, which was actually like maps and shit to actually get out the spot. Well, I used to like that show, you know? Yeah, it did get dumb after a few seasons. After there's like, okay, y'all broke out of this one jail, now break out of all of them. And it's like, what? Are you serious? That's the show now? How they gonna this, you know? But that's not even why I brought this up. I brought this up because I saw a story the other day that said Wentworth Miller, which that was the dude's name on Prison Break, Wentworth Miller, the dude that had all the tattoos, which I'm like, damn, that's a real motherfucking bougie ass white name, Wentworth Miller. That nigga's supposed to be born with millions of dollars. If your name is Wentworth, you should be born with millions of dollars in the bank, right? You can't be a broke Wentworth. Or am I bugging? You ever met a broke Wentworth? Ever met a Wentworth? I never met a Wentworth. But besides the fact, Wentworth Miller says he won't play a straight character anymore. Back in 2013, he came out as gay. And he says now that he's no longer going to be in Prison Break. They was talking about making a new season of Prison Break. But he said that he won't be involved in it if they do because he's not going to be playing straight characters anymore. He's a gay man and he wants to play gay characters. And I was like, damn. I guess that makes sense, right? It should. I think so, you know? I kind of find it odd when Hollywood gets straight actors to play gay men. When there's gay men out there that could play gay men. You know? So I thought that was a stance he was taking. That was, I wouldn't say a bad stance. I guess that could be a positive thing, right? Kind of give more roles to gay actors. I guess gay actors could feel a kind of way if they're like, you know what? Why are all of these straight men getting all of these gay roles? When there's all these gay actors that don't have roles, and vice versa. What if there's gay men playing straight roles? Is that a problem? I don't know. That's my 2 cents. You know, my thought really. What's your thoughts on that? You know what? Let me open up some phone lines and shit. And you know what? I might have had a call or two come through, but I didn't even have my phone lines up. Let me see. What's today's date? The 10th? Oh shit, I did miss 2 calls. My bad. I wasn't ignoring you on purpose. I just didn't have my phone up so I can actually see the calls. I'm sorry. But I got the phone line open, 813-559-3339. You know, some people do have the number saved in their phone and shit like that. But we're going to get ready to get into today's topic. If you do want to call in, feel free to call in and we could talk about anything I discussed this evening or anything I'm going to discuss, and you'll find out about it once I start to discuss it and shit like that, you know? Oh, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. Oh, and shout out to Sandra for the like earlier. She hit that like button. You know, I didn't ignore you on purpose. And I'm gonna get to you. If you want to support the stream, go ahead and go to kharyscrib.com. You could support the stream by buying some merchandise. We got some dope hats and shirts and sweaters there and shit. And also, I got a book coming out December 1st. It's a book of poetry called Moods. I'll be dropping that December 1st. And you can pre-order that on kharyscrib.com as well. Let's see. Couple of remarks over here in the chat about actors saying, "Hey, I think they lost the art. I thought it was called acting. If you can only play yourself, then you are not a good actor." But I think he has proved that he can play other roles, because nobody knew his ass was gay until he said, "Yo, I'm gay." You know. So does it matter if they've already proved that they can act, or do they need to continuously prove that they can act? You know, because I guess if that's not your sexual preference, you would have to be able to act to play that, you know. So yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. You know, I think I'm gonna fix me another drink in a moment because this first one is almost gone. And we're gonna get into today's topic. Let's see. Let's go ahead and I gotta find the damn today's topic screen over here. Let's see. Boom. Y'all ready? Let's do this. Yeah.
Today's topic.
Today's topic. Where do we go to next? If you're looking at the title on the screen, it says I think it's what's it say? It says will the Dems be different, you know? So where do we go to next? The election's over. We I guess we could say we have our president-elect, Joe Biden. You know, even though there's going to be some political challenges and shit like that, I think all of them are going to fail and he's going to still be the president, you know? I don't think that's going to change. But where do we go to from here? What do we expect? What do you expect? I wouldn't say I'm a Joe Biden supporter. I would say I was more anti-Trump during this election. You know, I'm not really all for go Joe, go Joe, go Joe. I was more like fuck Trump. You know, I just don't like him as a person. I never liked him, and that's pretty much why I didn't want him in office. It's not that I just didn't like him. I didn't like him as a person on the way he operates, the way he moves, the decisions he made, shit like that. I think he was just bad for the country in general. So that's why I voted for Biden. You know, I wasn't a Biden supporter per se, you know, but I voted for him because I was anti-Trump. So now, what do we expect from Trump? You know, what do you expect? I mean, not from Trump, from Biden. What do you expect from Team Biden? Do you expect any changes towards black people? Or do you feel like maybe the Biden administration is going to say, you know what? You got a black VP. What else do you want? You know? What do we expect? Do we expect any type of positive change? Negative change? Me personally, I wasn't affected very much by the Trump administration personally. And like, not much has changed in my life that affected me because of Trump being in office. You know, now with that being said, there was many people's lives that were highly affected because of policies that the Trump administration put in place. You know, and that's also why I voted for Joe. But I didn't necessarily have those problems. So now, going with this new administration, do I just go about my everyday and still not care what the hell what they're gonna do for me, because I really don't feel they're gonna do much for me personally? You know, I think they might change some things that help a lot of people. You know, I think they might definitely do things about COVID. You know, as Wayne Mills over here mentioned in the chat, Biden needs to find a black agenda and get this COVID controlled. I think they will make some changes in regards to how we address COVID, how the country addresses COVID. You know, that might have been the most I've been affected by the Trump administration is the COVID stuff. You know, other than that, I'm trying to think what really affected me personally. Not everybody, but me personally. You know, yeah, COVID was probably one of the few things that I can think of off the top of my head. So I don't really have much that I expect itself, you know? Let's take a call real quick. Area code 646, what's going on? You with Khary's Crib Live. What's your name? Where you calling from? Yo, Kevin, what's going on, man? How you doing tonight? I'm all right, man. Mm-hmm.
As a community, we've received nothing out of it. You know, with this election, I was like, fuck Trump, but I'm fuck Biden more. Because when we talk about Biden and his career in politics, he has done more harm to hurt the black community than Trump ever did.
Okay, you talking about his crime bill?
And so did Kamala Harris. So now, for me, it was a personal decision because I've seen the effects of that crime bill and how it affects black men and our community.
Okay.
So based on those two facts alone, there's no way in hell I could have voted for either of them.
So did you vote or no?
So I voted for Trump, yeah. I did.
Okay. All right.
But, you know, being in New York, it's a blue state, so it's not going to make a real difference anyway.
Got you.
It was the personal thing for me, whereas once you harm people that look like me, I can't forgive that.
Okay, but it wasn't just Biden, though.
It wasn't just Biden, correct?
Right. There was a whole lot of people, even black people signed off on it.
But the thing about it, he was the face of it, right? You know, he was the one that that came up with it. So now in the career spanning over, 30 years, you've done more harm to hurt people that look like me, regardless of if, we had other people that jumped in that look like us. Because we have those that they go along with what the masses do anyway. So we can't really hold them accountable. We can, but we don't expect much from them. But for me, it was a personal decision. Just the fact that you've done something so major to hurt our community, I can't get past that. And that's the thing about it, that, okay, well, yeah, fuck Trump. Yeah, he's a racist. Okay, that's fine. But at the end of the day, they've all done racist things against us.
So you feel they're all racist? and we're just choosing which races we like better. That's kind of how you feel?
The main reason people didn't like Trump because he was overt with his racism. You know what I mean? He spoke differently than any other president that came before him. You know, we expected Trump to say something about black men or black people rather getting killed by the police when we had Obama for 8 years. And what did he do? Like, he said something about it. Yeah, talk is all talk. But what action did you take to help our communities against the cops? It's not just, oh, we have a black president. Yeah, we have a lot of black people in power, but what do you do to give back to the community? What do you do to give back to make sure that, okay, the people that look like me are safe against crooked cops?
So are you a Republican or registered Republican, or are you independent, Democrat?
I'm actually a registered Democrat. But at the same time, I felt like I became a registered Democrat because that's what we do in the black community. We automatically just go Democrat. And we have to sit down and understand why we vote Democrat for as long as we did.
Okay. So you believe Trump is do you believe Trump is a racist or supports white supremacy?
I believe it. There's no denying it. You know, in the fact that a lot of what he does as well, he panders to a certain crowd because he knows that's his base. Mm-hmm. So regardless of how he felt, you know, behind closed doors, we don't know because we haven't heard otherwise. But then, you know, someone that vocalizes how they feel and someone that passes laws based on how they feel, to me, the one that moves in silence, they cause more harm.
Okay, I can see what you're saying there. So you feel that Trump was a racist or white supremacist. There was a third option. Why did you choose Trump over the third option?
Because the third option wasn't going to get much traction. Like, we have to be real in what we're voting for. You know what I mean? Like, the third option is there, but it's not something where you heard about it in mainstream media. So if that third option is not getting much traction, in a sense, it's still kind of a wasted vote.
Okay, I feel you with that one. I do feel you with that one. I do feel that would have been a wasted vote. I was just you got some people in the chat a little upset over here too.
I mean, the thing about it is that everyone now is sensitive. Like, if words is going to move you and get you all riled up and you can't think clearly about the decision that we have to make, mm-hmm. then we don't make the decision, because we got to take the emotions out of things that we do, right? Mm-hmm. The emotion is the feeling of now. Logic and history of what a person does will stay in the right direction. We got to take our feelings out of it.
Okay.
You know, we look at a person's career. You can't look at the history of a person and expect now that it's going to change once they become, you know, whatever they become. History, it tells us everything we need to know.
So you don't think that Biden is going to do anything different than he's done the past 30 years?
Well, I think this is what's going to happen, right? I think Biden's going to be in there for maybe 1-2 years and Kamala's going to take over. Because we have to look at Biden's mental state when he talks.
Well, Biden, he said he had a stuttering problem when he was a kid, you know? And so I could kind of understand how he loses words sometimes, you know, because I've stuttered at times in my life, and every now and then I'll know exactly what I want to say, but just like, oh, what the hell was the word I wanted to say?
I'll stutter myself, but I'm not going to forget where I am.
When has he hasn't forgot where he was. I think that was a kind of spin with the media and shit like that.
Like, you know, even when we look back at him, like even 4 years ago, he was a lot more, he's not as sharp as he used to be. You know, he's not all there. So, but like I said, I do believe that, you know, we might get 1 or 2 years of Biden, and then it's going to be more so, okay, well, Kamala's going to take over.
Well, I didn't think about it in the sense of she's going to take over because of like he's just incompetent. I looked at it on a little darker end. I probably shouldn't say, but you know, I kind of looked at it as something unfortunate happened to him type of thing, you know? Mm-hmm. He is the oldest president we've ever had. I think every president before him is currently younger than him. Oh, I was not supposed to pour more vodka in my glass. That was my concern. I was like, maybe she might be the first black woman president.
Yeah, but it'll kind of be the same nostalgia we have with Obama. Like we were all up in arms. We were proud at that moment. But then I think the one thing that we don't do as a people is, what am I getting for my vote? It's not just, we have the right to vote. Okay, a lot of other communities, regardless of what kind of president is in there, their communities are fine.
So what do you think Trump did for black people that you felt that he did more for black people than Biden ever did or will do?
I don't anything. The only thing he did was run his mouth. As far as when you talk about the police violence and everything else, he didn't condemn it. At the same time, condemning it and actually doing something about it is two different things.
Okay, so you kind of voted for him. You voted for Trump pretty much for the same reason I voted for Biden.
Yeah, it's like I don't like Trump. I just don't like Biden that much more.
Okay, so you just don't like Biden that okay. And
correct. If it would have been
but you still gave a vote to Trump, even though you feel he's a racist and a white supremacist. You gave a vote to Trump, and you felt like the third option, Joe Jurgensen, was a waste of a vote. But you already felt like your vote didn't matter because you was already in the blue state.
Correct. But the thing about voting for Trump in a sense was, for me, it was just not Biden or Harris. If it was anybody else, we could have had that talk. But it's just a matter of, and because of COVID and everything else, right? Biden hasn't laid out any policies really. We haven't heard any policy from him. The main thing has been just not Trump. Biden hasn't done anything to win the election. It was just fuck Trump. We voted for Biden just to fuck Trump. Biden didn't say anything to win us over.
I'll be honest. That's what I did.
Biden didn't do anything to win us over as a community. It was just fuck Trump.
I was personally a little upset with the Democrats when the whole Ice Cube shit first came out, but then they kind of came out and said it was something a little different and shit like that. So I'm curious to see I'm curious to see what or if they'll address any type of black issues.
They won't. Because if you think about it, why do I need to address you now? I already got what I wanted.
That's exactly that's how I felt too, actually. When they said well, we'll look at the plan later. I was like, oh, they're not gonna look at shit. They're not gonna look at nothing. Once the election's done, there's no need for them to look at it because they already got it.
Exactly. So what's going to happen in another 3.5 years? They're going to come. They're going to pander to us on our emotions and everything else. Oh, you have to vote for us to keep us here, this and that. But at the same time, what are we getting out of it? Every community gets something for their vote. We get nothing but emotions. Oh, we have to vote this. We have to vote this. Why? But then the thing about our community is that once you ask the question, it becomes an issue. Like, we're allowed to ask questions. We're allowed to think on our own. Why do we keep doing this? That's not advantageous to our people.
Okay. It kind of sounds like you just want to be a little rebellious a little bit.
Well, that's the thing. No people has been liberated by the oppressor without being rebellious.
True indeed. Rebellion is always what made things change.
There we go.
Okay.
Yep, that was it. That was all I had to say about that. But I mean, overall, but now all we got to do now is just wait and see, where it goes from here.
So, okay, are you buying Trump's bullshit right now? With the whole voter fraud and shit like that?
Nah, just take your medicine. Get up out of there.
So you do agree that it's a wrap. That it's a wrap for Trump.
It's a done deal. I mean, that's the thing that a lot of people don't like about. Like, you lost, take your L, and keep it moving, because the same thing happened with with Hillary when you beat her. He was like, get out of here. Same thing. Take your L and keep it moving.
Okay, so all right. I mean, so you voted. How did you feel about Trump and locking up the kids or the Muslim ban and stuff like that?
Well, that's the same thing. He's pandering to people that put him in power.
Did you agree or disagree with those actions?
I disagree.
Do you think Biden would have done anything like that?
Well, this is the thing. With Biden, we don't know what he would do. Like, only thing I can speak for Biden on is the fact that what I know and what he did towards our community. Like, I can't really think about the Muslim community, even though a lot of our brothers and sisters are Muslim. Mm-hmm. The one thing that we don't have is that unity. Like, the Arab community is not going to get together with the Black community and say, okay, we're going to fight on your behalf. No one stands up for our community. Like, you might have a few people here and there, but overall, we fight for others more than we fight for ourselves. And we are fighting too many different battles to be united on one front. We fight for everyone else. We'll go out and protest for everyone else. But at the same time, we don't get that love back.
We've only started to get that love back with the Black Lives Matter movement. This is the first time I feel like I've actually started seeing white people and other races come out and stand in solidarity with Black people with one of our causes. This is the first time I feel like I've been seeing that.
But this is the thing about that, right? Seeing you for me is like you talking. You need to stand up with your vote, stand up with people that look like you, that say stuff. Like, you need to address those people. So you come to my community is not doing anything for me. You need to stand to have that same mentality amongst people that look like you, and when you vote.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask. So you voted for Trump. You're in New York. What did you vote Republican on the other races that was running?
No.
No, so
it wasn't a straight shot of this, like, going down Republican. It's a matter of, I felt like I wanted, him over the other guy, mm-hmm. and that was the only one that I went towards in that direction. Even though, like, I was questioning, say, why don't you just go, for Republican? Truth be told, I didn't know enough about the other candidates that was running in those particular areas. Mm-hmm. So, that's where that came in. But at the same time, for me, it was just more so. And, we have to look at, like, why are we just voting Democrat? Like, there has to be, some kind of mix-up or shake-up in how we hold our vote hostage and demand something for our vote.
Right. Well, I'm registered as an independent, and when I registered as in transparency, when I registered as an independent, I didn't really look at it as an independent party. I looked at it as I'm an independent thinker. I'm independent from anybody else, but it's actually the independent party, which I realized after the fact. But the majority, I have not found a Republican candidate that I agree with to vote for. So a lot of times I find myself voting for either Democrat or the independent candidate because I agree with what they're talking about more. I have not found a Republican candidate that was like, you know what, I like this guy's views or this person's stance on this subject and shit like that, or whatever's going on.
What are the things you're looking for as far as voting for a Republican? What is something that would stand out to you?
Something for the betterment of the majority of the people. I'm in Florida, so I've been in Florida for the past 20 years. So all of the candidates that I've been looking at and haven't had anything of interest for people like me. There hasn't been a Republican candidate that I can recall that I said, you know what, I voted for this candidate because I felt they were better for my people than the Democratic candidate.
So now let me ask you this question. What do you think the Republicans are about? Like, what do you think their stance are in terms of, like, you know, how they think?
To me, Republicans seem more controlling to me. More aligned with what the Bible says should happen, more aligned with what these laws that just somebody felt wasn't right should be, and things like that. Whereas I feel Democrats are more along the line of more of free thought and things like that, in regards to their beliefs in the way they pass judgment and laws.
See, and for me, it's about the same thing, but I feel like we need something in the middle.
Like what?
Of those two, right? As far as we need something that's more structured like the Republicans, but not too liberal like the Democrats. Because at the same time, we have to have some kind of order. It can't just be everyone do your own thing. Like, the thing about, like, that I don't like about the Democrats is that they don't stick together. The Republicans, they know what they're about, and they push their agenda. The Democrats, like, they'll start fighting each other, and they'll start disagreeing with each other. But when the time comes, the Republicans know how to buckle down and stick together. The Democrats don't do that. To me, they're so liberal, they're unorganized.
Okay. Which I could agree with you to an extent there. You know, it's because they're not as quick to fall in line, I think. There's a little
correct. So like, there's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of, you know, like, we can agree to disagree, but at the same time, we still have to come together to get shit done. Like, if we keep bickering amongst ourselves, nothing's gonna happen. This is gonna be okay. Well, we want this, we want that, and then no one gets nothing back.
Right.
You know, so in a sense, to me, that's what politics is. It's a lot of fucking spinning around. It's like, okay, you want a straight answer. Like, you will never get a straight answer from any fucking politician whatsoever. It's like, it's always like it's like a Ferris wheel. It's like they keep going around and around, or whatever they're trying to say. They keep going around in circles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, we want direct answers for our problems, and they can't give us that. But at the same time, we have to make a direct request to what we want, because we can't expect them to say, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. We have to, you know, say what we want and who's going to give it to us. Okay, there's two parties, this is what we want. Who's going to give it to us?
Okay.
You know, a lot of people, they were mad with Ice Cube, but at the same time,
they were mad with Cube.
But you know what I mean? But it's like, what the fuck are you doing? It's easy to say, okay, well, this and that, when you're not doing shit. He's fucking trying.
Right. I didn't understand why a lot of people were mad at Cube. I think they kind of took what he did a little. I think they were mad that he was just working with Trump. Well, actually, he wasn't even working with Trump. They read his plan and made some adjustments based off of what they read.
They reached out to him.
Right.
The Democrats didn't do that.
Right. Well, the Democrats did offer up they did offer a meeting. There was a Zoom meeting they wanted to have. And
come on now. But
the Zoom meeting wasn't just with Cube. It was like with Kamala, Cube, and a bunch of other entertainers and shit like that.
So after you did all that hard work, they tried to group you in with people that have no plan. That's an insult.
Right. So I didn't agree with. A lot of people were mad that he turned it down. They felt like he should have met with them. I agreed with him. I felt like that was more of a photo op, I felt there was more of a round table discussion where, in all honesty, not much comes from a round table discussion. You know,
it was a way to kind of shut him up to say, okay, well, we met, we did this and we didn't like it.
Right. So I'm curious to see if there's a meeting of some sort afterwards, which I don't think is going to happen. I don't think there's going to be anything that's for the Black agenda.
But also what happened with Cube shows us if we come together as a collective and have a plan, someone's going to listen. But we have to come together as a collective. That's the key thing here. Mm-hmm. Because even with Cube himself doing that and able to get the attention of Trump and or whoever else, if we as a community come together and say, listen, someone needs to sit down and talk with us about this. We're not voting for anyone until you guys can come to the table with some kind of plan for our community. Everyone else does it. They hold their vote hostage. But in the Black community, it's, you have to get on the vote. You have to get on the vote. Okay,
that's the thing. They're really, in my opinion, there really isn't a Black community. There's places where Black people live, but there's really no Black communities. There's no places that we own, that's our community, like how there's a Jewish community, there's a Chinatown, there's all of these other places, but there is no real Black community, and I tell you what, I'm not claiming the projects as the Black community.
Okay, well, so let's call it this. Let's call it the Black collective.
That's more what it is, the Black collective, and the collective doesn't really have the power to say, you know what, we're gonna hold our vote hostage, because the collective still depends on the government. Whereas those actual other communities, they could survive by this. They could say, fuck the government. We don't give a fuck about whatever y'all do because we're gonna hold ourselves down. We don't have that as Black people.
And that's the main issue that we have. We depend too much on the government. That's why we always vote Democrat, because the Democrats, I mean, don't get me wrong, like the Republicans, they pass social bills, but their socialism is more for corporations, as opposed to the Democrats. Their social, policies are more for the individuals. Like if you look at the bailout, they bail out, big business first. That's who they pander to. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, the Democrats, they do pander to, to bigger establishments, but at the same time, you might get a little trickle down for the individual. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now the issue is that, we have the Republicans, they focus more on, people with wealth.
Right. They don't give a fuck about me.
Exactly. But now with the Democrats, they focus on the wealth, but then we get a little bit of trickle down for the individual person. Because if you want to talk, even in New York, what Cuomo did during the whole pandemic with nursing homes, that was bullshit.
What did he do with nursing homes? Because he passed a law that made.
Well, he passed the law saying that the owners of these nursing homes weren't liable for the people that died. Mm. When he requested that, they put them back in the nursing homes knowing that they had COVID and they were a risk to the other people that resided there. But no one knows about this. So the thing about us is that, we're ill-informed. We know some things, but we don't know the things that we should know. So we'll hear one thing and we run with it, but we don't focus on the things where it's like that's done under the table. Because even with taxes, like, let's say, Biden wants to raise taxes for people that make over a certain amount.
Right. I actually.
That's why.
I shared.
That's why, like 50 Cent was like, nah.
I shared a meme of my ceiling. Well, not my ceiling, but their ceiling was just like my ceiling. I have popcorn ceiling. There was a meme that said, "Hey, if you got a ceiling like this, you don't need to worry about Joe Biden's plan." Which. Pretty much true. A lot of us have these ceilings.
Yeah. So it's a lot of work that needs to be done within our own collective before we can be taken seriously by anybody else.
I feel some of what you're saying, not all of it. I don't agree with you voting for Trump and feeling he's a worse choice than Biden.
Yeah,
I don't think Biden would have done half the fucked up shit Trump did.
Well, it's not a matter of Biden doing half the shit that Trump did.
You don't like what he you don't like what he did in the past.
I'm more militant. Once you hurt or you do anything to hurt people that look like me, I'm not going to forgive you. Point blank. There's no discussion about it. Once you hurt me or my brothers, people that look like me in our community, we're not going to talk anymore. That's it.
But Trump has hurt people in the community.
Okay, well, who has done it longer? Who has a history of it?
Trump has a history of it.
He has a history. He's a loudmouth.
No,
but he doesn't have power to put those policies in place.
Oh, he has power. He had power by using his money to buy ads.
Yeah.
That played a very big part on them kids being convicted. And he's never apologized for it. He was asked about it, and he said he would do it again.
And that's the same thing Biden said about the crime bill. So now, okay, he affected 5 kids. Biden affected millions of black men.
Right. They're both fucked up. I think, but the difference is, do I think if the same thing happened today, do I think Trump would do the same thing? Yes. Do I think Biden would do the same thing? No.
Well, that's the thing. Biden has an interview where he said he stands by that bill that he passed, and his mind has not changed, and he felt like that bill did a lot for the black community.
No, didn't he say that bill was wrong in his one of the presidential debates?
No, he did not say that. He said that he would pass that bill today if he had a chance again. He said that bill was good for our community. He said that. He doesn't regret it.
No, I believe he said he regretted it during one of the debates when they asked him about that.
There was an interview that he did while he was on a bus. I can't remember what network it was on. I think this might have been the second debate when he said that he would have done it. He doesn't stand by it the same way he did back then, and they only spoke about it briefly. Well, that's the thing. Even if you want to bring it up, you bring it up. You don't just graze over it, because the way it affected those. Well,
he didn't have full control over the debate. The moderator was asking the questions. They just asked that one question. He answered, and then they moved on. The questions didn't stick deep in it.
To speak about it at any point after the debate, he did not. If it's something that he felt that he needed to address after the debate, he would have done it. If it was important, where it was like, okay, well, let me address the black community and what I did, he would have done it. But it wasn't important.
See, but that's the thing with that. That's what made me feel like Biden was a better person than Trump, was because I feel like he's actually going to look at his history, see the things he's done, see the effects of the crime bill, and then make different decisions based off of that today. While I think Trump isn't going to take anything into that effect, he's just going to go off of how he feels at the moment.
Okay, so you're confident Joe's going to approach that question again at some point?
You say that one more time. You said that question?
Well, are you confident that Joe's going to speak about, the effects of the crime bill at some point in terms of regretting what he did?
And am I confident? No, I'm not confident he's going to speak about it. I think that he's learned from it. I think that he's going to use those experiences. I think he's going to use his fuck-ups to learn. He's going to learn from his fuck-ups. I don't think Trump learns from his fuck-ups.
Because Trump's an idiot.
Right. And I can't vote. You just said you voted for an idiot. You know you voted for an idiot. I think Biden learns from his mistakes and will do better based off of that. I don't think Trump will do any of that.
I am firmly okay with voting for an idiot over someone that hurt people that look like me. I'm okay with that. I am confident with who I am and my decisions that I am okay with it. This is what it is. I'm 100% confident. Listen, the amount of people that felt a type of way. I speak what I said about what I vote for and everything else. Mm-hmm. Like, listen, I'm shunned by the fucking black community right now. It's like, oh, what? Fucking Trump.
Yes, I can understand that. I can understand that.
But the beauty about that, and me being confident in who I am, I don't care. Like, someone else's opinion is not going to affect how I think.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So it's like we all have the ability
to come
to our own decisions. And how can I call myself a grown man if I'm easily influenced by those around me?
Right. Someone's opinion isn't going to change my thought, but someone giving me facts can. New facts can adjust my opinion.
I agree with that. Give me facts, doing a discussion rather than your emotions, and we can talk. Don't come talk to me with your emotions or what you feel. I need facts. I need something I can look up to say, well, you know what? Yeah, I was wrong. And the thing about it is that I can admit if I've been wrong. But you got to give me facts. Don't just tell me, oh, you're wrong because. No, give me some facts. Give me something I can go look up and fact check myself. Got you.
Well, yo, Kev, I appreciate you calling in. Actually, I got one question for you, but this is from the chat. Did you vote for Obama?
I did.
You voted for Obama? Wow.
I did.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. That was it. I appreciate you calling in.
I'm about to get on right now and go back through the chat and see what they're saying.
I appreciate you calling in, man. Yo, give it up for Kevin calling in, y'all. All right, man. Appreciate you. So that was Kevin giving us his views and his thoughts on Biden and Trump. He has some interesting views. I could understand some of them, not all of them. I didn't really understand the whole voting for an idiot thing. But yeah, I think I just couldn't fuck with Trump. I just off of his history, and I don't think that he learns from his mistakes. I can't vote for somebody that does not learn from their mistakes. Now, I think Biden learned from his mistakes and will make better adjustments and better decisions towards people of color. And that's just my opinion. But Mr. LaRocca over here did say, hey, there's still people, I saw this in the chat earlier, there's still people locked up off of those laws that he passed, which is true, but he didn't pass those laws alone. It wasn't just him. Though, he did pen it. I think he did pen it. Did he? I'm not an expert. I might be incorrect, but and Mr. LaRocca also said you got to think about the timing of the bill. They treat drugs as a criminal issue in our community and a health issue in the white community, which is what has been going on the past couple of years with what was it, meth? It was meth. It was actually quite a few drugs that was seen as pandemics in the white community, whereas when crack hit, it was some criminal shit in the black community. But that not really. Kind of sort of goes with my point of learning from your mistakes. But it's just fucked up that the mistake is always happening to the black person. And then they learn to change it when it happens to the white person. They don't change it because of the white person. They change it because the white person is just less of a threat in their mind. But that's why I like Dave Chappelle's fucking stand-up this weekend on SNL. You know? I like how he just said that murderous white people gotta stay inside type shit. You know? And you know what? That line right there probably gonna make it to where I can't monetize this video at all. Oh well, who gives a fuck? Alright, so let's see what's going on over here in the chat. What's going on over here in the chat? I'm gonna have to research that, Mark. Mark over here had I'm gonna have to research that. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Let me see what else is going over here in the chat. What y'all got? What y'all talking about and shit? Jocelyn said that Trump is a scoundrel. A scoundrel. That's a nice word for Trump. Scoundrel. So, do we expect any black issues to be addressed? I don't. You know, but Kevin has some interesting views. He has some interesting views. And my that kind of sounded like a wet pussy. What? Never mind. Did I say that? Not really. This is a good drink. It's not bad. This isn't bad. This cheap vodka is not bad at all. I'm about 2 blunts down. Oh, you know what? Let me put this back up. You can call in 813-559-3339. Give me your thoughts. Give me your opinion on everything that's going on right now. Where do we go next? You know, now that we have a new administration that's about to be coming upon us. And I was going through some of my logs and shit too. I'm gonna have to stop playing music. Whenever I play music on my shit get demonetized and shit. I played that you know, when I had Nikwa B up here, when she performed, her performance got me copyrighted. You know, because she released that on an album which is on these DSPs, digital streaming platforms. And when those get up there and shit like that, when those you know, the DSPs, those kind of get automatically copywritten and shit like that nowadays. So because she did it to the track of her rapping, which is fucking wild, but you know, so I gotta deal with that shit now. Depends on the artist, I guess. Depends on the artist. But just realized that. Mr. LaRock said definitely demonetized for saying my drink sounded like pussy. Alright, but Mark over here said that Biden's mentor was the head of the KKK, and when he died, Biden gave his eulogy. I'm gonna have to research that. He told me I should look up, what is it? Do you know his name? What's his name? You know, those are some wild allegations over there. But you know what? This is America. How many K's was that? When I say America, those are K's, not C's. Just so you know. And there's 3 of them. 3. I had to look at my fingers to make sure there was 3 of them, actually. I'm about to roll me another one of these joints over here, man, because, yeah, I don't like them little... Never mind. You see? That's a fact. Biden damn sure did eulogize that Klansman. That's a fact. I'm gonna have to look this up. Let's see. I'm gonna look this up now. Okay, so now I'm looking at the Associated Press. And the Associated Press says, claim. Oh, come on, man. Get this fucking ad off my screen. It says claim. Actually, you know what? Can I pull this up over here? Let's see. It's the Associated Press over here. It says claim. When former KKK Grand Wizard Robert Byrd died in 2010, he was eulogized by Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden. The AP assessment is partially false. Biden did eulogize. I can't speak, you see? Biden did eulogize Senator Robert C. Byrd when he died, but Byrd was not a Grand Wizard in the Ku Klux Klan. He was a member of the KKK in the early 40s, but later renounced his affiliation with the hate group. Byrd died in 2010 at the age of 92 and was the longest serving senator in American history. Okay, so he was not the Grand Wizard, but he was a part of it. But then later said, fuck y'all niggas. Supposedly. That's what they say. Supposedly. He supposedly said, fuck y'all. I ain't with y'all no more. But it doesn't say when. He was a member of the KKK in the early 40s, but later renounced his affiliation. So you know what my next Google search is, right? You do know what my next Google search is, right? When did Robert C. Byrd, don't ask me why I'm talking like this, renounce his KKK affiliation? That's going to be my search right now. Let's see. And it brings me Wikipedia. Let's see. Robert Byrd. Let's just do a fucking control search for. What's this shit? What the fuck is this? Get this shit out of here. I hit the wrong button. I'm doing live Google searches right now. Byrd later called joining the KKK the greatest mistake I ever made. In 1997, he told an interviewer he would encourage young people become involved in politics, but also warned, be sure you avoid the Ku Klux Klan. Don't get that albatross around your neck. Once you've made that mistake, you inhibit your operations in the political arena. What? That's why he said not to fucking join? Because you limit? So he didn't stop because he wasn't racist anymore. The nigga stopped because he said, y'all gonna fuck up my motherfucking progress in politics. Once you made the mistake, you inhibit your operation in the political arena? That nigga didn't stop. That nigga didn't renounce the Ku Klux Klan because he said, you know what? Y'all niggas is fucked up. He renounced the Ku Klux Klan because he said, you know what? Y'all are fucking up my political aspirations. That nigga's mind state didn't change. You know? That nigga mind state didn't change off that. You feel like it did? Yeah. You know? You gotta read between the lines sometimes, you know? Don't get that albatross across your neck. Once you've made that mistake, you inhibit your operations in the political arena. Nigga, you were supposed to say, don't fuck with the KKK because they some racist motherfuckers that hate motherfucking black people just because they motherfucking black. You know? But no. He said it because it inhibits your political operations. Oh my God. I'm looking for my lighter right now. But we learned something, ladies and gentlemen. You learned who Robert C. Byrd was. You know? Partially true. Not the Grand Wizard, but was down with the KKK and only renounced them because it fucked up his political aspirations. And then he realized, you know what? He said, you know what? If I say fuck these dudes, I could get this position. So he said, you know what? Fuck these dudes. And then he became what? The longest sitting senator or some shit? Yeah. Ain't that some shit? Well, now do you think Biden knew that? Probably so. Do you think he gave a fuck? Not really. You know? But we got a black vice president. Madam Vice President. Kamala Harris. And I'm still impressed how Saturday Night Live got that fucking suit. I'm still impressed by that. Now go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that share, and thank you, Wayne, for reminding me because I always forget. And go ahead, yo. You want to call in, go ahead, give us a call, 813-559-3339. I'm going to go ahead and light this little black right here. It's Tuesday night. I'm not going to be on too late this evening. So, I don't really think we're going to get any much change. I think the government is going to stop being as racist, you know. Madam Vice President, yes it is, Wayne. It's Madam Vice President. What did I say earlier? Did I not say Madam Vice President? What did I say? I'm not sure. I forgot that fast. You know, what was I just saying before I cut myself off? How did I cut myself off? Maybe because I've been drinking too much. I have made some big drinks. I'm looking at this bottle. I'm like, you know what? This bottle should not be almost half empty. I just bought this tonight. It's a small bottle, but it shouldn't be half empty. You know, I guess I'll find out in the morning whether this is good vodka or not. You know, if it's bad vodka, I'm going to feel sick tomorrow. If it's good vodka, I'm going to wake up like it's a regular Wednesday morning. Let's hope I wake up like a regular Wednesday morning. If I wake up like a regular Wednesday morning, I'm going to make a good morning video. I'm going to say, good morning, hump day. That's what I'm going to say. So make sure you follow me on Instagram at Khary. I might share it on my Khary's Crib as well. I don't know. I might do that. Let's see what's going on over here in the chat. Kai says, scroll down the Associated Press page. Which page? From a NAACP president, a statement from NAACP President Ben Jealous. That nigga Ben Jealous, yo. You know he hating. That nigga's name is Ben Jealous. Senator Byrd reflects the transformative power of this nation. Read a statement by NAACP President Ben Jealous. Senator Byrd went from being an active member of the KKK to being a stalwart supporter of the Civil Rights Act, the Voter Rights Act, and many other pieces of seminal legislation that advanced the civil rights and liberties of our country. Biden did eulogize Byrd at his funeral and called him a mentor and a friend. Okay. All right. I'm glad you pointed that out to me. You know, I'm glad I decided to go back through the chat and see what the fuck I missed. I have read some articles on Kamala Harris and her record and stances over as a judge and shit like that. And from what I've read, she didn't seem too unfair. You know, I've read some of the articles that painted her in a dark light. And I've read some of the articles that kind of explained how and why it kind of painted her in a dark light. You know? And it kind of explained some things. You know, I decided to kind of take it with a grain of salt. You know, like, okay, How much of this is actually true? How much of this isn't true? I don't know. There's always some type of spin on shit, you know? I wish I could spin a basketball with my finger, like, doo-doo-doo-doo. I'm not telling y'all, fuck y'all. Maybe I'll go like, doo-doo-doo-doo, and spin a basketball. Spin, you know? I should probably get a basketball here one day just so I can spin it, like, if I mention spin. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, you know? I'm being a little stupid right now. That's the job she chose, to lock people up. That's a tough job. That's a tough job. I'm personally not. If a motherfucker want to use drugs and you can sell it to him, sell it to him. You know, I feel like, which actually, drugs have become legal in a couple of states. Actually, I just remembered that. There's a couple of, I forget exactly what states, but that's like 2 states that actually made it legal to use any type of fucking drug. There's a couple of states that actually made it legal. You know, weed is now legal in New Jersey, but there's a few states, 1 or 2 states, that made it to where all drugs are now decriminalized. You know? And I said, well, that's fucking great. You know, because drugs have been legal in every state, depending on who you are and what drug you're selling. You know, as long as the government gave you permission to sell that drug, you could sell drugs. You know, and it'd be fucking people up. People be getting addicted to it. People be dying from it. But because they pad the pockets of politicians, those specific drugs are legal. You know? Crack ain't nothing but coke with baking soda. But you get more time for fucking crack. No, but in Oregon, yeah, I think you're right, Khary. In Oregon, crack is now legal to use. Not necessarily to sell, but to use. That you're not going to be criminalized for using drugs. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to now being legal, you know? It's not like you can go to the motherfucking grocery store and say, yo, let me get some crack. Nah, not like that. You know, not like that. It's more like police run up on you and you got crack, they ain't taking you to jail. You know? They might write you a ticket or some shit like that. Like, oh, you got crack on you? You motherfucking crackhead. Take this motherfucking fine. Get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Don't take crack around these kids and shit. Because it's more like a problem. It's more like a problem. And there's some states that legalize marijuana, but not only did they legalize marijuana, they said, you know what? We're also going to make it to where people that have been convicted of marijuana can now get that shit expunged from their record. Which is fucking dope as fuck. You know? Because with shit like that, usually only white people benefit. But now that they're decriminalizing shit, you know? Like, black people can get the same type of treatment as white people. Where we don't go to jail for using drugs, the same drugs that white people use at a higher rate. That's what stats show. Statistics. That's not allegedly. That's factual. Actual. I read that. I can't remember where I read it, but I did read it. I did read that. And I do read. Mostly when I'm in the bathroom, but I do read. No, in the bathroom or the balcony. The 2 B's. Bathroom or balcony is where I read. That would be like an old school rhyme right there. The bathroom or the balcony is where I read. This is how it's going down. Yes, indeed. All right, but you know what? I think we spent enough time on where do we go to next. Because I still don't fucking know. So we shall see. We shall see where we go to next. We still got some battles to go through. They're not really battles. We got some bullshit to go through. You know, I found it funny today. I had a Trump tweet come through talking about votes. And right underneath it, it said, this tweet is disputed. Which When Twitter says this tweet is disputed, it pretty much means this tweet is bullshit. And that's what it said to Donald Trump's motherfucking tweet. If you notice, I don't think I've ever actually called him the president. Like, addressed him as, like, title, his name. Agent Orange over there. Alright, but let's get ready to wrap this up. I got some news. There's some news. I got some news I'm gonna get into. Last week, I mentioned there was a Arkansas police chief that was put on administrative leave and being investigated because he was saying he was trying to incite. No, he was pretty much saying, yo, motherfuckers that voted for Biden. Damn, okay, maybe I should not really drink like that. Motherfuckers that voted for Biden need to get shot. You know what I'm saying? He was saying shit like that. He was inciting violence on people that supported Joe Biden. Did that kind of rhyme? He was talking about inciting violence on people that supported Joe. I could make it rhyme if I wanted to, you know? But he was inciting violence on people that supported Joe Biden. And he was put on administrative leave. I think that's like a Facebook post or something like that. But now it turns out he actually has resigned. He has resigned from his position as police chief because of these allegations that he was inciting violence. So it turns out that the shit is fucking true. That's what it seems like. It doesn't say it, but that's what it seems like. It seems like it's true. This motherfucker said that shit. He got called out on it. Now, he is resigning. But you know, he's probably going to resign. And because he's resigning, he's going to get his benefits. He's going to get all of that shit, you know. He's going to be able to live the rest of his life with the benefits of being a racist police chief and shit like that. And you know what? I kind of like calling for violence against people that support Joe Biden. It's like I automatically say to myself, this guy's racist. You know, even though people that support Joe Biden isn't necessarily black, but he's like, you know what? Y'all probably try to protect black people, so fuck all of y'all. That's kind of how it kind of registers in my mind. Am I wrong? Am I wrong for like registering like that? I don't know. Perhaps not. You know, but he's resigning. I think that's a good thing. Now, hopefully the next person to take that job isn't a racist ass motherfucker. You know? So, that's that. Oh, my next story, actually. Brett Hankerson. Y'all know who Brett Hankerson is, right? If you don't know who Brett Hankerson is the only officer being charged in the Breonna Taylor case. And he's being charged for, what is it, wanton endangerment? That's what he's being charged. I hope I said it right. That's what he's being charged for. He's pretty much being charged for a bullet going through a wall and into another person's apartment. That's what he's being charged for. But now, oh shit, that ended. Sorry. But now, he is being sued for sexual assault. You know? So, he's being charged, or not charged, sued for sexual assault. Margot Borders is suing Brett Hankerson, claiming he sexually assaulted her in 2018 after a night out at a bar where he worked security. She says she was drunk, you know, and Hankerson offered her a ride home. Hankerson later invited himself into her home and plopped down on the couch like, I'm here chilling, baby, you know? And she then went into her bedroom to change. She says she then passed out, but claims Hankerson came into her room, got naked, and then sexually assaulted her while she was unconscious. When she finally woke up, she claimed she screamed for him to get off of her, and Hankerson grabbed his uniform and left. So this is being reported by TMZ, and it's a little sketchy there, buddy. Nigga running up in a motherfucker house and shit. But so check this out. The next day, Borders claims Hankerson contacted her, insisted they engaged in consensual relations. She also claims more than 10 other anonymous women have come forward to make statements about Hankerson's alleged misconduct with them. So, you trying to say this nigga creepy? What y'all think? Y'all buying it or y'all saying she bullshitting? What you think? Daniel says she lying. What you think? Think she telling the truth or she just making up stories right now? I don't know. Interesting story. We'll see how this plays out. She said, let's see. She said the police force kind of knew about his behavior and just ignored it. That's what she alleges. And you know what? You're right, Yaya. Daniel says, she lying. Why is she lying? Why do you think she's lying? Me? I'm not sure. I'm not sure on the matter. It's interesting. I don't have a reason to not believe her. I don't see a reason. I haven't seen anything that made me say I shouldn't believe her, but I also haven't seen anything that says I should believe her. So right now it's up for the courts to decide, I guess. But she's suing him. Why is there not a criminal complaint? Did she file a police report? I'm not sure. Let me read a little bit more. Let's see. She's also suing several of his co-workers and supervisors. Claiming they knew of his abuse but never took actions to stop it. Yeah, don't seem like she's filed a police report. But she claims several other women made police reports that never got pursued. Interesting. He is a cop. I don't know. I'm kind of inclined to believe her. I'm inclined to believe her. I've seen cops back up other cops before. I've seen it. Firsthand. I've seen it. It might have been some little bullshit, but I've seen it, I seen some of my friends was in a fucking staircase one time. We was in the staircase smoking some weed and shit. Police ran up in the staircase. It was like kind of like a reunion type shit. We were just chilling. But police ran up in the staircase on us. Some of my peoples was dirty. They had weapons on them. They had drugs on them. But one of my homeboys there had a badge. He wasn't a cop, like on the street cop. But he had a badge. He had a badge. He had a gun. And the cops was like, you know what? Y'all lucky. He said, badges don't jam other badges. If we take y'all in, we got to take him in. So y'all get a pass. So I seen firsthand how cops cover other cops. So I'm kind of inclined to believe this person over here with their accusations. Maybe I'm biased, but hey, I'm just saying. It's wild. This was some time ago. This was probably about 10 years ago or some shit like that. I was up north. I was in the Bronx. I was in the Bronx. Somebody had just came home, actually. We was in their crib. We was chilling for like a welcome home type party and shit like that. And while we was in the crib, like, an argument occurred. And you know what? We was like, you know what? Y'all family, y'all arguing. We gonna go outside, chill on the staircase while y'all resolve y'all shit. We'll come back in a little bit. You know? And yeah, probably 20 years. You know, and so we went out and chilled in the staircase and said we're gonna let them resolve their shit. And while we was in the staircase just talking and smoking, police ran in on us. And then they let us go. Which was wild. Because mad niggas was dirty in there. You know? But yeah, shit like that kind of show me, you know? Because I've also seen how dirty and grimy police can be. You know, but they cover their ass. They cover their ass. All right, and in my final news story for the evening, Amazon has been hit with antitrust charges by the UK, you know? Which is wild. Which is wild. They're kind of alleging that they've charged, they're filing charges against them for unfair advantage over merchants operating on their system. You know, this is like a 2-year investigation, and they're kind of saying that Amazon's dual role as marketplace and as vendor, you know, competes with other companies on their platform. You know, because you know how Amazon allows third-party companies to sell products on their platform, and then Amazon sells products on their platform. So from their investigation, they kind of found out that, what Amazon does is, so when these third parties come on their platform and they start selling products and shit like that, when Amazon sees a product that a third party is selling that is doing really good, Amazon then creates this product and then starts selling it at a cheaper price, you know? And which now the UK, the EU, is pretty much, the European Union is pretty much saying, that's some antitrust shit. You can't be doing that. And they're going after Amazon for that shit. And they're also claiming a couple of other things. And right now they're just filing charges. So nothing is actually set in stone and what's going to happen. They still got to do their investigation. When they're done with their investigation, they might work out some deal with Amazon to where they have to pay a particular fine or something like that. But I found this pretty interesting that that's some wild shit that Amazon does. So if you have a dope product, if you come up with some dope idea in your head and you create this product, make sure you patent your shit before you go and sell it on Amazon. Because if your shit pops off, if you come up with the next motherfucking pet rock and your shit takes off on Amazon, Amazon gonna sell a cheaper pet rock than you. And just pretty much put you out of business, B, without even buying your company. So if you think you got the dope fucking idea, patent your shit before you sell it on Amazon, because Amazon will sell your shit and then steal your shit and then sell it in front of your motherfucking face. And that's what the EU is claiming they're gonna do. And they'll put it underneath the Amazon basic shit. So your shit'll be dope as fuck. And they'll put it underneath, nigga, your shit basic. Here it go for $5 tomorrow morning. Yeah. I'm looking in the chat right here. Khary said that's all Amazon basic brand stuff. Yep. I have a couple of Amazon basic. I got an Amazon basic USB hub over here. You know? For real. Khary says they put a diaper company out of business that way. They damn sure did. They tried to buy the diaper company. The diaper company said, nah, we good. We like this, you know what I'm saying, being us. And Amazon said, all right, B, do what you gonna do. We gonna start our own little diaper business, sell it cheaper than you, and then block your shit on our site. And then put that company out of business. I remember reading about that story and shit like that. Crazy, you know? Yeah. As much as I love Amazon, I also hate Amazon. But I did watch a video on Amazon Prime the other day. I got Amazon Prime. I'm helping making them rich, you know? But so if this company, if the EU, say the EU wins this case, and they say Amazon might have to give them like 10% of their profits and shit like that. 10% doesn't sound like a lot until you start looking at Amazon. 10% of Amazon's profit is like 37 billion or some shit like that, yo. You know, 10% don't sound like a lot until you say the actual number for Amazon. 10% of their profit is 37 billion. It's fucking nuts. Nuts. They can give me 1%. I'm good. I'm good for the rest of my life. 1% of Amazon profits, right? How do I get 1% of Amazon profits? How do I do that? What I gotta do? How I gotta hustle that shit out? I don't know. That's crazy. Bezos, whatever the fuck that nigga name, he's the richest nigga in the world right now, yo. And it started off as a fucking bookstore. Who the fuck thought books would make you the richest motherfucker in the world, even after your ex-wife took half your shit, nigga? Damn. That nigga got he really got I don't give a fuck money. I ain't even mad at that nigga. But you know what? You think he comes up with those ideas? How to undercut people? Or do you think there's people working for him that come up with these ideas? And they just implement shit and he's not even sure what the hell's going on. He just know he keep making money and money and money and money and money. Yeah, Khary said he gave away half his wealth and is still the wealthiest man in the world. You know? Still the wealthiest man. And he's richer than niggas with oil. These niggas sell the world gas and he's richer than them off books. Which turned into selling everything you need. I can buy fucking laundry detergent on eBay, you know? But yeah, eBay is being investigated by the EU, the European Union. And I think that's everything I have for the evening. Let's see. Let's make sure I went through everything tonight. Spoke about Donut. That was a wild app. I don't know how that's it. I'm mad at motherfucking Facebook and how the algorithm is looking at me. You know, why are you looking at me and trying to sell these little apps for me and shit? I thought Kevin was an interesting caller. I thought he had an interesting point of view. You know, I wanted to speak with somebody that actually voted for Trump. You know, even though it was kind of wild on the reasoning behind his voting for Trump. You know, maybe that's why the vote. You know how they always go like the vote campaigns. Go vote, go vote. It's always vote. It's never vote for my motherfucker that I want you to vote for. Which we all kind of like. When we say go vote, it's like we say go vote, but in our eyes it's like go vote, and our eyes say for Biden, right? That's kind of like what was happening. But do everybody see that? Does everybody read that? I don't know. All right, but yeah, that's everything for the evening. Oh, look at that, 10:58. We're about 11 o'clock. I'm about 2 drinks in. I drank a lot more of this bottle than I thought I would. You know? I smoked 2 blunts this evening. Had a good time. Khary talked about my jacket, saying I look like Michael Jackson Thriller. You know? So, yeah, I think that's everything we covered for the night. I'm going to be back on Friday evening at 9 p.m. You know, yo, Khary, gotta hit you up. We gotta play some Warzone. You said you got Warzone installed. We gotta play some Warzone tonight. I could aim properly with my mouse and keyboard and shit like that. You know, I ain't too twisted off this vodka and coke over here. You know, I think I still got my reflexes and shit like that. We can get that dub and shit. You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? Oh, who's a Mobb Deep fan? Who knows where that's from? I tell you, whenever I say, you know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? I always got to be like at the end. You know, you remember that skit on Mobb Deep, the infamous album? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? The Prodigy said that shit. There was like some skit before, so I forget exactly what song, but you know what I'm talking about. I always do that. I don't care what setting it's in. If I say those two words, I always gotta like at the end. I'll be in a corporate meeting. It don't matter. It's always. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm not sure if anybody in the meeting gets it. I don't know. But you know what? I'll be back on Friday at 9 p.m. We will be here with another good show. If you enjoyed tonight's show, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that share. Hit that subscribe. You know, that definitely helps us out. Friday evening we'll be back. May the rest of your week be great. Oh, yo, Wayne, I did hear Busta Rhymes' album, and I like that shit. Yeah, that shit is dope. Yeah, I fucks with Busta Rhymes' album, yo. You know? For real, that should go. That should go. It's just kind of, it's kind of like, kind of cinematic, you know? Cinematic. It's kind of cinematic. I like it. It had that nice feeling. I like Chris Rock, kind of hosting it a little bit, you know? I like how he still sticks with the same theme that he's been going off of the past, what we in? 2000, the past 25 years, you know, because 25 years ago, there was only 5 years left, you know? And now here we are with COVID and shit like that. Bam! Come full circle, 25 years later. Bow! Nigga, we here. You know, I like the album, though. Shit is dope. I fucks with Busta album. And I fucks with Benny's latest album. I forget the name of it. But Benny's album's dope. I fuck with Papoose album. The name's on the tip of my tongue, but I'm not even gonna say it. Papoose latest album is dope as fuck. And Busta album is fire as well. So those are actually the 3 joints in my playlist right now. The 3 rotating. Oh! Proof of Burden of Proof. Yes. Spotify is doing some wild shit with podcasts. What do y'all think about would you subscribe to listen to podcasts? You know, I've been looking at some of the things that's been going on, some of the announcements that Spotify's been making the past couple of days. They did some shit the other day. They had like a survey on how would you kind of interact with podcasts and shit like that. And it kind of looks like they're really gearing up for like a Spotify podcasting platform, which is interesting and scary at the same time, you know? So, yeah, that came up the other day. I'm going to look into a little bit more of that the next couple of days, and I think we'll talk about that a little bit on Friday as well, with what's going on with the podcasting and everything and Spotify, and Apple is actually gearing up to get something, to get their own little podcaster shit going on and shit like that. So it look like some podcast awards is getting ready to go on. But I'm curious to know how they plan on compensating the creators themselves. You know, one of the platforms that Spotify bought actually is to assist with inserting ads and shit into podcasts. So I'm curious to see how this is gonna look. Khary says he can't comment on Spotify. I understand it. I know why you can't comment on it as well. So I get it. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put that on the docket for Friday. You know what? I got my list, my episode list over here. I'm actually gonna put that on the list now. We're gonna talk a little bit about Spotify the podcast community and shit like that. You know, where this show, I'm not sure where this show kind of fits in because it's the live stream. That's something like a podcast, something like a newscast, something like a showcase. I actually did, you can actually search probably like the first 5 or 6 episodes of this live stream on any of the DSPs. I actually started uploading them on the DSPs as a podcast early in the episodes, but I was like, you know, this is a lot. 1, this is a lot of work. 2, this is a live stream. It's not really just a podcast. It's a live stream. You know, I like people interacting, like, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. I like my people over here in the chat and shit like that. And you don't really get the same effect as audio only. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to pull back on that for now, you know what I mean? And as the demand comes, maybe I'll put it back out there. But for now, I'm just going to do the live stream how we doing it now, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all joining me. I got that down, and we're going to talk about on Friday and shit like that. But you know what? I appreciate you joining me. May the rest of your week be great. Do your best to stay sucker free. And keep a smile on your face, baby. We out.
You are now tuned into Khary's Crib. Khary's Crib. Khary's Crib. Khary's Crib.